What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here in the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with a Monday Memorial Day edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks with a little NBA. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Yes, even without hitting a lock on Thursday, profitable. Matt Olson hits a home run for everybody. Thank God we went back to the well there. Trevor Williams, yay. But also, George Kirby goes under 4.5 strikeouts. So ended up profitable despite people in my DMs really hating the locks. So here's what we're going to do. I've smacked around locks for years now. I've done very, very well here in the streets. So it's going to be props only. If I have a lock, it'll be in the prop streets. And if props aren't up for it by that point in time, well, that's what I've been the most profitable at here forever. So I'm going to continue to focus on that. Also just focus on what I can do and be profitable for the people in Premium Discord above all else. Lindy 5, if you guys are looking to jump in there, you get day of analysis. I'm in there all the time chatting strategy, talking pick'em cards, talking anything your heart desires, and sweating out the bets too, because that's a lot of fun. And I have always enjoyed that side of it because I'm animated, and that's generally just what it is. Plus, it's my money too. I'm putting money on the line with you. So we're going to continue to do that. Thank you for all the love for the people from the Matt Olson side. And obviously, sorry about the lock. That will be rectified because I'm 1-0 on prop locks this year. I know that for a fact. Shohei Ohtani, 1.5 total bases. He is the GOAT. And, well, he had a half-unit home run for everybody in the Premium Discord today. That was awfully nice. Second pitch of the game, thank you, against Kadai Senga. My guy, Kadai Senga. I hate to pick on my guy, but it is what it is. We got to pick on 12 MLB games, one NBA game, which obviously is near and dear to my heart as a Minnesota fan. So we're going to focus on that. We're going to try to keep the good times rolling. And obviously, yeah, last Thursday didn't hit a lock, but overall, had a pretty darn good week, and Thursday being profitable despite that loss felt really, really good. So, Lindy 5, if you guys are looking to jump in, would love to see you guys there. We'll talk about that in the midway point. And of course, Portfolio EV, which we've got a great deal going on for that here over at Odd Chopper. That's the crown jewel. That is the product, the mark-based product that can help you make money over any long-term period of time. It is fantastic. And I can do the same thing, well, but from an origination standpoint more so. So without further ado, producer Jacob, hi, hello, happy holidays, everybody. Let's get to the picks. And also, if you are a man or woman who has served our country, just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is an amazing holiday to just remember you, remember the people who have fallen in combat and been there so that I get to make gambling videos. Like, what are we even talking about here? It's fantastic that I get to have this job and you have afforded me that. So should probably throw that in because that's more important than the trolls or the hate or anything else. Above all else, you've given everything. Thank you. Thank you. Without further ado, let's get to the picks. Look at this leading board that is going to appear out of thin air. It's fantastic. We start off with San Francisco, and they're at Detroit. And oh my God, Tariq Skubal. Did everybody watch Tariq Skubal? Tariq Skubal is an absolute god amongst men, but pretty much the exact opposite. And Kiter Montero is going to get the start here. They have done some piggyback, like had starters come out for him and then show up later. So it wouldn't surprise me if something like that comes out after the fact. It maybe nullifies anybody who wants to play any K-props, but anything that isn't a short of Kiter Montero is probably not going to be in my wheelhouse. As for Hayden Birdsong, this is an interesting test subject because he's been a bullpen arm now for the last, year? He's been transitioned into that role. And he's got strikeout stuff at AAA back in the day, but it didn't really show up at the big league level. It has as a bullpen arm. What happens now that he's getting another turn in this rotation? I'm not sure, but 24.2% K rate is a little bit of a mirage. He's got a really poor ground ball rate, 34.2%. And we basically have like one start of sample size. 5 innings against the Kansas City Royals, 4 strikeouts, ends up having a pretty darn good outing that's giving him another turn around the block. So I'm probably going to sit this one out. Although, if you're just telling me even money both sides of this one, I think Birdsong's the much better pitcher between these two. I'll probably entertain it in the morning, but just kind of want to take a look at weather one more time around because, yeah, it was a travel day for me here, getting back to the home base. And, well, just smacking home runs around today. Well, one home run, Shohei Ohtani. That was very useful. Half unit. Those don't come around very often for me. So when they do, take note. Second pitch gone. Colorado at Chicago. Oh, no. We got Boston and Milwaukee. That's a light play that we will get to in a second. But Boston and Milwaukee. My K-props have been really, really good here of late. On Saturday, that was kind of the thing that saved my entire day was 2 unders that I had in the strikeout department. Ended up getting a little bit burned by that Houston dog today. I mean, 83 pitches gets pulled. He had so many 0-2 counts coming down to the end of it. And so I missed that over. But I will say Garrett Crochet, I mean, he's really, really good. Got paid, but I don't know if Garrett Crochet has the identical strikeout rate to what he had last year, purely because he goes from playing very abbreviated stints like he had with the White Sox, 35.1% K rate, to now he's got to go a lot longer into games than he was in the second half of the season, whether it's arm fatigue or anything else. I'm not sure that I'm going to buy into any overs on Garrett Crochet from now to the rest of the way till the break. We want to definitely take a look at this strikeout rate every single time, especially if it's going to be a strikeout immune type team. Now, that isn't exactly Milwaukee, and they've been not great against lefties, but overall, I think the under of 6.5 strikeouts is going to be more times or less, just because he's one of those big strikeout arms. His K props get accentuated just because he's Garrett Crochet. I'm going to be inclined to go against the public in those kind of situations if he gets bet up. Colorado no, I keep wanting to talk about that game, but no, we got St. Louis at Boston. This is going to be a lean on under 3.5 Ks for Fetty. So we just talked about one under. Let's talk about another one. I'm not a Fetty guy. I think you know that by now. I don't think anybody is, including the St. Louis organization, but 282 expected batting average bad. 14.4% K rate just leaps off the page. And then you've got a bunch of lefties who can just create a havoc. Hell on earth for him, if you will. So pay attention to that one. Under 3.5 Ks. I know it's a short number there, 3.5, but I think it's kind of worth entertaining. I want to take a look at the card because we have baseball going on throughout the day tomorrow. Don't want to give you anything too thin. In fact, kept this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, we've got a lean like in the NBA streets. So that'll be a dealer's choice. I haven't played it yet. Next up, we got Texas money line here. Toronto against Texas. This is I would say this is a pretty interesting number on Jacob deGrom here, nearly like minus 150, minus 155 everywhere. I think it's kind of a nice parlay piece if you're really looking for something extra. And Kevin Gausman, the splitter, it's been a little bit better this season. 24.4% K rate. That is his go-to pitch. When it's not on, things are bad. When it's on, things are good. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. But Jacob deGrom, mostly good all season long. Does give up more fly ball content than I will. Content. What's he doing? Making YouTube videos? Jacob deGrom, 13.7 degree contact. So that launch angle coming off the bat there. 278 xWOBA, 27.7% K rate. Overall, probably going to be a stay away for me. But once again, I think it's interesting. I don't play a lot of plays north of minus 145, minus 150. I think it maybe is just kind of a leak in my process overall, but I see things closer to the 50-50 margin lines, and I try to, not necessarily just give you, a 55% win percentage, but, if you have to hit 60, 65% on some of these Midas numbers, I mean, it just gets to be ridiculous, and I see the influencer. I don't care. I'm just going to keep doing me. Cincinnati at Kansas City, under 8.5. This one also is very close to making the card. I'm not a Martinez guy. I'm not a Lorenzen guy, but I don't think weather is going to be all that nice here in Kauffman. And these are the kind of spots where overall, Michael Lorenzen, I've had a pretty good finger on the pulse for him this season. I think he'll find some success with Cincinnati outside of Great American Small Park. And I want to at least take a look at this one again tomorrow because I find this to be kind of an auspicious number when I've got this closer to like the 7.8, 7.9 type number. And yeah, we'll take a look. Again, there's going to be some additions to the card in the premium Discord. That is for sure. Hit me up on X if you have questions. I'm going to be hanging Memorial Day here at the house. Normal work day for me. Probably, just maybe grill a little. I'm a man, grill. I love my wife. Dodgers taking on Cleveland. Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, thanks again for that half unit Bombski against Senga. Ended up being the Lone Ranger of that one, but Ohtani home run. Anytime it's just going to open like plus 300, I think that's something you'll really want to entertain. But you got Yamamoto on one side. You know how much I love him. Gavin Williams on the other has strikeout stuff, 27.3%, but 11.1% barrel percentage. I'm not sure what to make of some of his splits this season. Has given up 7 home runs, 4 to lefties. He's in this Cleveland ballpark that obviously has accentuated lefty power here for a while. Not sure that I just go right back to the well for a half unit, but I could see a quarter unit play like I typically have for all of my home run plays. It was an exception here on Sunday for a very special spot. Miami at San Diego, they have given us like no information on anything, but I will say really cool to have Memorial Day baseball there in San Diego. For those who don't know, just an amazing, amazing Army brat town. And I love every time that I've ever gone to San Diego and going and seeing the naval ships out there, Hotel del Coronado, Coronado Island, all of the different setups there. Once again, if you're in the military, thank you so much for your service. Cannot tell you what it means to me and millions upon millions of other Americans. Alrighty, we continue on to round it all out. Oh yeah, that's it. That's why I wanted to say that at the end, but I should stop talking and let producer Jacob throw up a graphic. Graphic time. Well, hello there, everybody. Those are the leans here for today's MLB, but obviously we've got even more plays coming your way, all the likes, and, well, if you want to get every single play that's going to be on the board for tomorrow, you jump into the premium Discord, promo code Lindy5, get yourself hooked up. Damn good find. Suck it to you one more time. Get it in the video description box below, and get all of the bets, get all of the pick'em cards, get all of the discussion. A lot of sharp people in there talking around the clock, and truly around the clock. I am in there hanging out, chatting it up with you. If you have questions, I've got answers, can help you with process, can help you get your bet sizing correctly. Also, an absolute amazing community. I really am proud of what we've built over there in Tails. So come kick it. That is promo code Lindy5, $5 for your first week, less than $1 a day. Alrighty, y'all, let's get to some plays. I wanted to talk about this like 2 other times here during the lean section, but Colorado at Chicago. This is your first play, and I think this one is probably is it my favorite? Let me find my edge. Let's see. Yeah, it's my second favorite. All right. Yeah, Minnesota, Tampa Bay. That's definitely the favorite. And that's going to be the inverse of this. But we are looking at Chicago. We are looking at Wrigley Field. You have to always look at the weather. What's the weather going to be like? Oh, Eric, the weather looks like it's going to be not like typical blowout type stuff, but 2.5 is your opening number on the run line. We are talking 2.5, nearly even money, plus 105, plus 100, pretty much everywhere. Good Lord Almighty, the Colorado Rockies have now won double-digit games. It is May 26th. My watch doesn't exist right now. It's over here. This is my watch. Oh, you don't care? Let's give you analysis. Then Jameson Taillon, Carson Palmquist, and he's got the same last letters, last 5, Quist. Yeah, that's cool. The Palm part, that's kind of sounds cooler than Lind, but you know what's not cool? His results so far. 4.4% K rate. What? 409 xWOBA? What? And yes, he is getting out of Coors Field, but I kind of don't care. We got Jameson Taillon on the other side. 494 expected slugging. Yeah. Everything I'm saying, it really is. It sounds like I'm setting you up for an over, but I'm actually going towards the under here. This is just one of those spots where you got Colorado. They've had a bunch of these rain delays, and yes, the bullpen looks like it's still somewhat intact going out here, but Palmquist will get a short hook if things are not going well for him. He's only gone 4 1/3 in 4 innings in his first 2 outings. That kind of inspires me to be able to back. Ooh, look at this new color that just showed up behind me. I just noticed it now. Maybe it was like that a second ago, but whatever. We continue talking. Under 8.5. I like this number here. I think that this is way too high. And yes, I do expect Chicago to beat down on Colorado. I think we're going to say that about every game Colorado plays for a long time. And there's going to have to be a buyback where you have to entertain some disgusting Colorado numbers. That is not here. And that is not on the total of this game. Under 8.5. I like it. Next up. We're getting a little exotic here. We got the White Sox and the Metsies. This will be fun. And we're going to the first 5 community where I have done some revamping of my modeling because I do think as far as the starting pitching goes, it's got to be like the full breakdown of the 5. Like it just does. It just absolutely does. And yet there's a lot of sharp people I've talked to where it's like, trim that down to 4, figure out the middle reliever, figure that out. And it's like, all right, first 5, we're looking for an edge in some way, shape, or form. But when there's an outlier number and you're getting a hook in your favor at BetMGM, yeah, you should probably take the under of 5 in these kind of situations. It's the White Sox and the Metsies. Metsies getting off of a nice close win there against the Dodgers on Sunday Night Baseball. And wouldn't you know it, we have an opportunity to back Adrian Hauser. Adrian Hauser looked okay in his first outing there for these White Sox. Now, the White Sox don't have a whole hell of a lot. We have a lot more sample size of him being terrible than good. You go 6 innings, 2 hits allowed, only 2 strikeouts against the Mariners, and it was great pitching weather with the wind blowing in there. And it was over at the White Sox game. But anyway, the whole point, Clay Holmes on the other side, 311 xWOBA, 235 expected batting average. I think he's going to have tons of success against the White Sox, as most right-handed starting pitchers with strikeout stuff do. So we're taking the under, first 5, under 5, minus 130, BetMGM. A little bit juice heavier than I'm kind of typically going in these first 5 markets, but I think it's worth it here for that half run. So 4.5, I'm all right with it. Even money or minus 105. Even I could maybe talk myself into it if you really wanted it. I'd prefer even money if you can find it. And under 5, there you go. So 4.5, even money. I'm confusing myself now. You got it. Good job, Eric. Let's get to my favorite play of the day. I double-checked that for you. Minnesota at Tampa Bay. What is this number? Of all the hitting environments that we have going here, we have no Coors. We have Wrigley Field now. That's where Colorado is going to be at there. We've got Arizona, where we're going to potentially have the roof open, and I do not believe this entirely here, and I do want to take a look again tomorrow. I think the roof will be closed for what it's worth, but Chase Field, they haven't updated. It's at the start of the schedule there. You go to Chase Field, just Google it and say roof open, and it comes up. It's lovely. We'll talk about that with Corbin Carroll, obviously. But we got ourselves an interesting one here because Tampa Bay is going to be so damn hot tomorrow. We got Zach Littell and Chris Paddock, two pitchers who just don't belong. And Chris Paddock and the whole Twins organization, I mean, we've just been rainbows and butterflies there in Minnesota. We won by 42. The Timberwolves did game 3. Things are going well. JJ McCarthy's buddies with Triple J. Hopefully that means something. But I do know that this is a weird number for guys that are not traditionally very good and have 16% K rates. Like identical 16% K rates. 14.3% barrel percentage for Littell. We're starting to get some lefty power showing back up here in our lives. Cody Clemens, hi, hello. Good to see him joining the party. Might have to play his homer tomorrow for what it's worth. 637 expected slugging, 13.4 degree launch angle. 96.8 mile per hour exit velocity, only 38 batted ball events, so he doesn't qualify yet, but holy mother of God, that's ridiculous. Larnach, Ty France even looks good in my home run modeling. As for Tampa, everybody looks good. Diaz, Aranda, Lowe. I mean, what do we do here? Junior Caminero, starting to look like Junior Caminero from earlier when he was, playing in, I think it was the Dominican Republic League, where he just was setting everything on fire and going nuts. Nuts, I tell you. So, yeah, we're going to back this for an over of 9 at even money. Also, BetMGM. They're getting a lot of love here. A lot of love today. Said we would talk about it. I'll talk about it. I just pulled it up here. It does look as though the Chase roof is going to be closed now, which is kind of what I was assuming. But, man, these are weird opening numbers. I'm seeing 5 hundo at ESPN here at open. We get that on Corbin Carroll. We get plus 500 on Corbin Carroll against Andrew Heaney. I know it's left on left, but the things have changed. Times have changed. He had over a 200 expected ISO. Had over an actual 190 ISO against left-handed pitching last season. Andrew Heaney is giving up power to everybody. 339 xWOBA, 265 expected batting average. And my good buddy Matt Modi, who I've gotten fortunate enough to do a couple of shows with here recently. Matt Modi talked quite a bit about his Pete Crow Armstrong love against Andrew Heaney once upon a time. And I remember that breakdown. I remember him talking through that. And I remember in the back of my mind, there's going to be a chance, an opportunity for a left on left that I like. This is that spot. As long as you get him up there batting second, I assume Ketel Marte will be leading off here up top. Maybe they do try to put Perdomo dude up there as well and try to figure things out. But man, I got to like Corbin Carroll at this long of a number. He's not going to get buried to the 7-8 hole like he used to against lefties. No. We bet him at these numbers. Plus 500 ESPN. Post into the premium Discord. Fire it up, friends. Next game, last one on the card. We'll talk NBA, of course, after it. But the Yankees, the Angels, and when I said I revamped some of my strikeout modeling, I think I did a pretty damn good job. I've had way more strikeouts that I've put into play here over the course of the last 3 weeks as I've gotten more comfortable with the sample size we have on pitchers this season and what their plan of attack is going forward and how pitchers might be managing them later in the season. And this is about the time of the year that I really do ramp up some volume and get some more of these K props on the card. I think the premium Discord has noticed, and I think they've enjoyed it so far. 4 units that we are up now over the course of this entire month of May in the strikeout department. Not anything crazy. Again, I'm not winning 14 units. I'm not parlaying these together. So it's nothing insane. But obviously we've had a lot more unders. You probably noticed that as well in the old premium Discord. But this one is an over, and he's an over that converted very nicely for us last time around. As for Kakanowicz, Jack Kakanowicz, whatever. If he ends up pitching, we just look at hitting, and you're going to expect the Yankees to go nuts here. Oh boy. That poor guy has to deal with Aaron Judge and a Yankee fan base in Orange County. What a time to be alive. But my assumption right now, he lines up for the start. Yankees haven't announced it, but it should be Ryan Yarbrough. And I'm so comfortable with Ryan Yarbrough being undervalued in the strikeout department right now that I have to just throw it out there as a precursory lean like. Yeah, lean like ladder. Ryan Yarbrough K ladder. He's got a ridiculous number next to his name every single time out. I'm looking at his last couple of K props now. He's had, just like recently, a couple of interesting starts, but a 23.3% K rate, throwing the sinker sweeper combination, and now the changeup is getting set up nicely. And this changeup has gone from last season, 22.7% whiff percentage, to a 47.8% whiff percentage. That is like a world of difference. And you know what's going to happen when you throw a changeup to this Angels team that cannot hit lefties to save their lives? You're going to get swing and miss, and we're going to make money. Ryan Yarborough, please be the one who has promised, please start this game for us. I'm going to ladder him up to around 6, assuming that his opening number is 3.5, 4.5. We are going to have ourselves a damn day because I've over-projected his numbers way higher than everybody else. I didn't strikeout ladder him up against the Rangers. He obliterated that stupid K-prop. I talked about that ad nauseum in the premium Discord. So let's target it here. And target portfolio EV, friends, you got a beautiful promo code down there, Lindy1. Take advantage of it right now. Promo code Lindy1 gets you 14 days of portfolio EV completely free to you. Promo code Lindy1. There's nothing else to say other than it is the best market-based tool in the entire industry. If you don't want to hear me talk, if you want to get some of the best plays day in, day out in the NBA, MLB, NHL, WNBA, and more, well, now's the time. Now's the dance. Live every moment. Leave nothing to chance. Lindy1. It's beautiful. I can't believe I just quoted that song. All right, let's get to the NBA, shall we? Yeah, let's talk NBA. And wouldn't you know it, my Minnesota Timberwolves, on a Saturday that I am out on a beautiful lake in Nevada, just hanging out, living my life, just trying to update my phone, trying to get live bets down, and I'm in the middle of nowhere with no self-service, and I had to watch on this blurry screen highlights that were late. Everybody texting me, blowing me up that I couldn't respond in real time. To the Minnesota Timberwolves winning by 42. What the hell even happened in this basketball game? I went back and watched it, and defensively, just ridiculous stuff. Getting early transition buckets. We brought Terrence Shannon Jr. out of retirement. I know he's a young rookie, but you know, it just feels as though we've retired him as soon as the postseason started. And now we're seeing 3.5. You can get 3.5 on the Minnesota side. I haven't played this yet, and I assume this is going to get bet down to around the 2.5 number that this closed at. I gotta assume that this number comes down, right? I keep going back and forth. I feel like I'm going to miss the boat one way or the other because I think at 1.5, obviously I would be looking at potentially going like, you know, more towards the OKC side. If it's 3.5, going towards Minnesota plus 3.5, I gotta be taking points here, right? I don't know. I haven't played it yet, so it's going in the lean light category, but everything in the box score, yes, you should assume Oklahoma City should be the rightful favorite in this game, but by how much? And what are the margins for this game? We haven't seen competitive games yet in this series, or in a lot of series, if we're being honest. At least the Knicks have had 2 timeless games, one good, one bad. But either way, this series has been so lopsided, played purely on momentum. SGA doesn't even score double digits. What the hell was that game? So everything I'm looking at is just screaming, take the points here with Minnesota. If you would like to, you should. Again, I just am having a hard time pulling the trigger. So let's stop talking and let's watch some basketball. I'm nervous as a fan. Oh, by the way, from a prop perspective, also, Ant score 30. Just put it in stone, probably. I'm not going to call it a lock or a like at the moment. We'll assess tomorrow. And that does it for a Technicolor edition. What the hell happened to my lighting of MLB and NBA Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks? Head to the comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for this lovely slate on Memorial Day. And once again, wanted to throw it out there for you. Once again, thank you so much to everybody in the armed services who has taken care of us, allowed us to be able to bet on a lovely Monday. Again, these are just ridiculous things compared to what you've gone through. Thank you so much for your service, and God bless you all. Alrighty, y'all. I'll see you guys back here on Tuesday. Until then, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB and NBA streets on Monday.